Yes, people. Yes, people. We are back in the building. Hey. That last game was so good. We had to come back with another couple more for you today. So we're going to be watching Spain versus Costa Rica right now. The kickoff is in about 8 minutes time. So make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. Got my guy CM in the building once again. What you saying? Are you
Oh
ready? You
man,
fueled up? You had some food?
listen, bro. After that first game that I was on for the Watchalong, Japan getting the W against Germany, I'm hyped, bro. I don't want to be let down by this game. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Spain, Costa Rica. Let's get a good game going today, man. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this.
Come on. Let's go into these lineups for the people so that they know who is playing, and we'll get your thoughts and everything like that on these lineups as well. So let me just share my screen. We'll kick this off with the Spanish side. So we've got Simon in goal, a back four of Cesar as per Equator, Rodri at centre back being partnered by Laporte, and then Jordi Alba up front. In midfield, it's Gavi, Sergio Busquets, and Pedri. Up front is Ferran Torres, Marco Asensio, and Dani Olmo. So give me your kind of rundown on that Spanish team first before we move into the Costa Rican one.
There's a couple interesting things with Rodri being at CB and Marco Asensio being down the middle, probably going to play a kind of false nine-ish position,
Mhm.
and they'll be interchanging. But it's an interesting team. We spoke on stream and saying that the strength that this Spain squad once had is probably not the same as what we saw back in the days when obviously they won 2010 and stuff like that. So yeah, even when you look at their bench, they still have guys like Ansu Fati in there who struggled with injuries. Danny Carvajal, it's a
Mhm.
surprise that he maybe hasn't started in this game over Aspi, but let's touch and go there. Then they've got others like Koke, Morata to come on in that striker position, Pau Torres at centre back. So there were a lot of decisions that could have been made. I am surprised Rodri is there. Sergio Busquets will be interesting to see if he can keep up with the speed of the game. Obviously, international speed is much different. So we'll see. It depends how Costa Rica play and bring the game to Spain.
Yeah, I mean, for the Spanish side, I mean, in terms of their strengths and their weaknesses. So in terms of strengths first, Gavi and Pedri, sorry, they offer a bit of like youthful like energy in the midfield. Obviously, we know the quality on both of those players, and obviously Sergio Busquets is the midfield anchor, so he will help them out defensively and help lock down that defense as well. And that will be able to protect them in terms of as they advance up the pitch. In terms of weaknesses, obviously we know goals is where they're very weak at. You know, Morata has been heavily criticized in terms of his role with the Spanish side. He's not even starting today, which even makes it even worse with Asensio now starting up front. So they don't even have a recognized striker up top. So goals could be even harder to come by for the Spanish team, especially if even Morata's not there. So that's very interesting. Let's go over to the Costa Rican side. So we'll start off with Keylor Navas in goal. Everybody knows who he is. And we have Martinez, Fuller, Duarte, Calvo, and Oviedo as a back five. And then the four in front of them is Bennett, who is the 18-year-old that everyone should be looking out for, number 9. So when you're watching, check out number 9 for Costa Rica. Tejeda, Borges, and Joel Campbell. Everybody who knows about Joel Campbell had a spell at Arsenal earlier on in his career, and Contreras up front. Now, I don't know if you've had a chance to get a rundown on the Costa Rican team, but let me know your thoughts on them if you can.
Well, when I have seen Costa Rica, it's been against Jamaica in the CONCACAF,
Yep.
and that doesn't make me happy to say, but
Yep.
a lot of teams they have a lot of joy against Jamaica in terms of possession. Costa Rica, when I did see them, they were quite a proactive side. They did struggle in the final third, which is something I do remember clearly because it was a close game up until that point, and it wasn't because it was end to end. It was more so because Costa Rica were getting up the pitch, but they
Mm.
weren't able to finish off their chances once they got into those areas, whether it be long range shots, whether it be in the box, they just weren't able to finish their dinner. So they're a good team in possession, from what I remember. I'm not sure about recently, but definitely when I saw them, they were a good team in possession. They were able to control the game in certain aspects. Obviously, this is the World Cup. a different level now. So it'll be interesting to see what we see from this team going forwards in this one. But yeah, that's all I know about them as for now.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of their strengths, obviously, the youngsters that they got some young players in that squad, but the key one is Bennett. He's had a really positive impact since coming into the national side. And there's obviously a bit of stability in defense as well. That you can see, obviously, the experience of Oviedo in there as well. Keylor Navas, their star man, at the back there. So there is some positivity within that Costa Rican side. The only weakness that they have on their side is the fact that they don't really score a lot of goals in their qualifiers. They score 13 goals in 14 games. So it's like, where are the goals going to come from? You're looking at Joel Campbell, Bennett potentially, Contreras up front. Are they going to be able to score enough goals that's going to be help them progress through this group? I'm not too sure about that, but I know defensively they're going to be very solid. So, and I know from the games I've watched them at previous World Cups, they are a very hardworking team as well. So we just have to wait and see what happens there. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now because I believe kickoff is shortly. Let me refresh this because I know for a fact if I don't refresh it, I'll be way behind. Let me refresh this right now because I'm sure they're singing national anthems and they're done with that. Or they're going to advert for me. All right, let's see where we are. Man like Jez, big up yourself, Jez. The Kudus quote. I ain't seen it, man. Let me see. Actually, no, Jez, let me send it in the chat. Let me see. I want to know what he said. Yo, big up man like Brush in the building. I know you're gonna be here for the late game, from the Canada Belgium one. I know you're gonna be here, man. Them are gonna be here still. Spain are doing too much with Rodri at centre back and Asensio at false nine. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. What was you gonna say, Siam?
I think I found the quote, fam. Just can let me know if this is the right one. Yeah, let me slap it in the chat. So it says, Neymar is not better than me. He's just a higher profile player. That's all. Me and Neymar part two. I'm sure you would enjoy it. So that's what I saw on Twitter when I searched his name first and foremost. It's coming from the Guardian, apparently. For context, Kudus and Neymar had a clash when their countries played each other not long ago.
Yeah. I remember that. But still on the eve of a World Cup, them quotes get released for you. I'm not too sure you want to do that.
These things never end well when a man wants to start yapping up. You
know what's so funny about this whole situation is that we could potentially face them coming out of this group in the knockout stage. This is the problem. You see, okay. Anyway, yeah, Asensio's on the right hand side with Ferran in the 9. Okay, makes more sense. Makes a bit more sense, to be fair. Yeah, but that quote there, I'm not sure, because that is problems. That's problems right there. Yeah, he's gonna be around for that late game, of course. Big up Wild Factor saying all loaded up and ate all the food and snacks. So man will put up so much weight, so you need to go to the gym. Costa Rica upset. Here we go. Yeah. I mean, I need to go to the gym. I'm going tomorrow after all the games. I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Let's go for a little late night session because I'm not doing the Friday morning game. I got a doctor's appointment, so I can't go. But I'll be around for the rest of the day. But game is close to kickoff for me. I don't know where you're at, CM, or if they kicked off.
No, I'm just seeing Busquets now, so I think they're almost there. They're showing the fans now. Right, cool. I think it's about to.
See, Ed knows the Ed knows the lines. Man like Santi in the building. What you saying?
I'm just excited, hoping to see another giant fall today.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. That was a great game early. Did you catch it, Santi?
I watched the last 10 minutes of it. So right after they got the second goal.
Cool.
Just kicked off for me.
Yeah, we've kicked off a little bit of time ago. I don't know how many seconds on the clock because they haven't put the timer up yet, but FIFA are slacking. Yeah, Y Factor. Yeah, we kicked off.
Let me refresh my thing. Just in case. Just in case.
Santi, Ed's got a question for you.
I mean, if he's fit, I would certainly put him in. Yeah, and I think we kind of touched on it a little bit. It's just the kind of backup striker options aren't great, but we'll see.
Now we got the timer back, man. I'm 1 minute 28. That's what it's saying for me.
Yeah, I'm probably the same time around you, bro.
All right, cool.
I've been calm today, fam. No long thing.
Santi, what time are you on? You must be way ahead of it.
2 minutes and 15.
Yeah, see, look, he's way ahead of us.
Which is weird because normally it's the opposite. Anytime I watch United or anything like that, like I'm always the one that's behind.
Yeah, you know what's the funniest thing? When we're watching basketball, yeah, Chino's behind everybody and he's in America watching it on TV, yeah. And I'm just watching it on the league pass, yeah, and I'm way ahead of him. It's so funny.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I'm watching the games in my living room tomorrow. Try and do all of them. I just need to test it out tonight just to see, because I need to see if I can. I don't want to use the app. I want to see if I can get a live TV feed.
Yeah, it's always faster on there too.
What do you think of this Costa Rica side, Santi?
You know, I would be a fraud if I told you I knew anything about this team other than Keylor Navas.
Yeah.
Let me look at the roster.
But then what about Spain's decision making in terms of putting Rodri at centre back and then Ferran Torres in the false nine? What do you think about that?
I think they're just doing too much. Like I don't understand some of Luis Enrique's decisions. And that's starting from, you know, the people that they called up to the World Cup. I don't know. It just seems odd. Take a look. Yeah, I don't know a single player on this roster.
You know Joe Campbell. You know Joe Campbell. I'm sure you know Joe Campbell. Played for Arsenal like real early on in his career.
Wide. Yeah,
you know him.
True.
A lot of us would have known him.
Brian Oviedo, he played for Everton, innit?
Everton, Sunderland as well. So
yeah.
And then obviously on the bench, Brian Ruiz played for Fulham. Woo! Chance for Danny Olmo.
Oh, he's got to do better there, you know.
Got a score. I think he's even got a score. He's not even on target. Yeah. Because Keylor Navas there's so much of the goal to aim at.
Wow. That was a brilliant. I didn't even see him play that. Fernando Suarez. Oh, it's Pedri.
Pedri with the ball. Yeah, he's too good, man. They've basically found themselves a new Xavi and Iniesta, basically, isn't it? Like,
it's mad.
They just need to find themselves a David Villa or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say Fernando Torres because his little spell went for like maybe 3 years and it just kind of dipped off.
You know, it's mad. I read a story about Fernando Torres and his kind of like decline, innit? Yeah. Basically, in the 2010 World Cup that they won, he went in injured and what mashed him up properly was the fact that he was taking injections, and the doctors told him, if you take the injections, you're never gonna be the same player again. But he sacrificed, obviously ended up getting the medal because of it. So some would say it was worth it, but then he was never the same player again when it came to the end of his Liverpool career, Chelsea, and then obviously going elsewhere, back in Spain and so forth.
Yeah, because you know when Torres came to the Premier, he was actually a very good striker. Like I was actually gutted that United didn't even go in for him. He went to Liverpool, and then the rest is kind of history, man. But yeah, that's actually a shame because obviously we've known about these painkilling injections and whatnot that have stunted some careers for some players and stuff, and it's like the dangers of it too, man. It's a shame.
Therefore,
But David Villa for Spain, different,
different. Man. Barcelona as well, fam. That I remember. Ooh.
No, they didn't give a handball still. Kane also struggling with an injury. Number 9 curse. If Qatar are losing by 1-0 to Senegal, expects 15 minutes of added time. Big up to man like Armin. Would you say it's a shock that Germany beat Japan? In my opinion, I predicted that they could draw against them. I mean, I won't lie to you. I did my research before the game on the Japan side because I didn't know much of them. I only knew about Nagatomo, Yoshida, players like that you just know of, Tomiyasu and stuff like that. But Japan teams that I've seen over the years, I wouldn't say this is a shock because they play like they can play football. They're not like minnows or they're not like Saudi Arabia where you don't really know much about them. So I just didn't predict. I thought Germany would actually beat them, but Japan did their thing. But yeah, historically, Japan have always been a good side, so it's not really much of a shock to be fair. But it's a shock because they won in it, like, and they took. Woo!
Nice, just wide.
Asensio, with the chance there, just drags his shot past the post.
Pass it into the back of the net. Navas was scrambling though.
I don't think he connected too well though.
My Wi-Fi was on something. Just look over, everything just frozen. So I missed the shot.
Boy, Asensio, he's fighting for his Real Madrid career.
They said he wants a 6-year contract. He's gonna sign it, bro. Like he doesn't care. Like
I saw some newspaper talking about him being linked with Man United. I said I don't want no part of him.
I'm sorry, but he can stay in Spain. Just you're gonna have to leave Real Madrid or go to Italy because I'm not taking him at United. I'm sorry.
Big up Jez, man. He did Kudus owes us a good tournament now.
Trust me. After the start to the season that he's had, I'm expecting different because you can't come out with them kind of quotes there and then you stink up the place. You have to come different with it, man.
It's wild, putting that kind of pressure on yourself.
On the squad too, because it's like, bro, we might not even meet Neymar in the round of 16, for example. Because our group is tough, bro. We can't. I don't think we will top the group. I think if we're gonna do anything, we qualify second, and then you're facing the top group in Group G, right? And that's most likely gonna be Brazil. So it's like you're already shooting yourself in the foot. And they beat us 3-0 in the warm-up game before we came here, man. Come on, man.
Asensio, good challenge.
Give the ball away.
Good challenge by Calvo. Gave away the ball again.
Big up Patrick as well. Having watched a lot of CONCACAF with the USA and Jamaica, I have to say that this is one of the poorest Costa Rican sides. Still having Navas and Campbell in the side speaks to that. Yeah, it's true, because obviously Campbell's been in there for a long time, Goal!
What a touch! Whoa!
Wow. And the floodgates are beginning to open.
Danny Olmo.
Danny Olmo. I believe he's where is he? Is he at Leipzig still?
I think so, you know.
I think so.
I think he's at Leipzig still. But yeah, that is
Yeah. What a touch. Turn and finish. That ball's been on since the start of the game.
Spain already getting themselves ball. Let me take that off because it is 1-0. Let's have a look at this.
Olmo had the earlier chance in the game from the Pedri ball where he just struck it wide, but that touch, turn, finish, absolutely perfect. Just lifts it over Keylor Navas.
That was nice from Gavi as well with the pass.
It's a nice one, but I do have to agree with Patrick. I feel like this Costa Rica side up on the qualifying, they weren't as impressive as they were in previous years.
Yes, probably one of their weakest sides. Yeah, like you said, it's probably one of their weakest sides in a minute because I remember some Costa Rican teams that have qualified for World Cups comfortably out of CONCACAF and then go to the World Cup and really put on good performances. But yeah, this one doesn't look as strong. And yeah, Joe Campbell's getting on a bit as well. Brian Oviedo's definitely late in his 30s now. So it's interesting. Yeah, he's at Leipzig. Yeah, Jez would know. Jez was born in Germany, so you'd know more. But yeah, Spain looked ready, man.
Yeah, you know what? In 2014, Costa Rica almost got to the semis, isn't it?
I'm just trying to think. It was one. I remember one tournament, where they played really well. I don't know if it must be 2014 or was it 2018? No, I don't think it's 2018. I think it's 2014.
Yeah, but look.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure it was in South Africa though. Yeah, it's a must-win for Germany next game. And who did they face in the next game? Is it Spain they play next?
I think it's Spain.
Yeah, on Sunday they play Spain at 7 p.m. in the UK. That's gonna be a big one because if Spain win here, which I think they will, it's a tough game because if Germany lose, they're more or less out. Depending on what happens with Japan and Costa Rica, which I think Japan will get that win.
So it was 2014. They were in Group D originally with Uruguay, Italy, and England. They topped the group, and then they went on to almost reach the semis. They got knocked out by the Netherlands on pens.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm sure it was one of those tournaments. I remember watching it. I was like, "Yo, this Costa Rican side is different." Who was their manager at the time? I feel like I know who it was. Was it Santos, the Portuguese manager? I have a feeling,
Let me do some research.
Or maybe I'm mistaken. I got confused. Maybe he was the Greek manager at the time. The Greece manager.
It was Jorge Luis Pinto.
Okay, yeah. Then I got confused. So the current Portuguese manager was the Greece manager, not that long ago. Before he moved to Portugal to help them win 2016, but he was the Greece manager from before. I'm sure of that. But yeah, it's against Spain. Ahmed saying Costa Rica only one of their first 7 games in the final round of qualifying, 6 points in total. I thought they would finish 5th behind Panama, but then they had 6 wins and 1 draw in the last 7 games. Yeah, Patrick, the 20. That's why I remember watching that World Cup, and then I was like, this Costa Rican side are actually really good. And they've kind of fallen off since then. But yeah, man, yeah. So as far as my research goes, 13 goals in 14 qualifying games for Costa Rica. So they don't score many goals. A free kick to Costa Rica. And it's offside. Bro, and then said Costa Rica with the deadest kits, no culture, no nothing, just plain white. That's not their fault though. Who's the manufacturer, bro? Is it New Balance or something? Like, I can understand why, bro. You just be playing, fam. Oh, sorry. You meant to say they won one of their first 7 games. Okay, yeah. So they won 1, drew 3, lost 3. So that's kind of crazy how they was able to qualify out of the group then. So you win 6 of your last 7 to get through. Crazy. Out of the 14 games.
I said veto the contract, find a new supplier, fam. I'm looking at that. Both of their kits stink. Even their home kit. Because having that New Balance logo it's not nice.
New Balance just tend to keep it just kind of plain and simple, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
I'm really paying attention to the kits, and I'm sitting there, like, there's not even like a graphic or a texture on those kits. It's just white. It's plain white. Just
Spain moving the ball around pretty well.
Yeah.
very nice.
It's now down to Costa Rica to try and impose themselves on the game, to be honest with you.
Right now, just looking at you, find it hard to see a way, especially a Spain. Ooh. Hold on.
Joe Campbell.
A couple sloppy passes in the last minute or so for Spain.
That was nice from Joe Campbell. He played that well. Thought he lost the opportunity but he just reset, let them keep the ball. That's good. Crossfield towards Brian Oviedo, header away. It's Ferran Torres. He gets tackled and no foul. Ref says play on. But Spain win the ball back, and they can break now. Olmo.
Footballers are funny nowadays, man. Ferran Torres is rolling on the ground holding his face, man. Then he just pops straight back up as soon as they want back possession. 73% possession for Spain.
It's actually very interesting that they've gone in this direction to not stray away from their identity. Santi,
True.
Out of nowhere.
And then
Don't look at it. Don't look at the chat room. Sorry,
I see it. And it said to you from game. It's
see this one. Gets
out
wide.
Oof. Good finish.
Wow. Brilliant.
Asensio with the finish.
And that is a very, very tough finish to pull off with the pace that Jordi Alba put it into the box with.
Yeah. The distance, too.
Mm.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this may be game, set, and match. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm telling you. Some big upsets in this World Cup so far, but not today for sure. Not in this game for sure. Oof.
Man,
Ed, you make a
that was
good point. Ed, you make a good point. Maybe the power in the shot
yeah.
just was a bit too much for him.
It isn't right in the corner. It isn't right in the corner. Just looking at it again. Yeah, you're right. You know, Ronan. I think the pace. It's just because it touches his fingertips.
Yeah. Maybe the power on the shot, but yeah, took it early in the perfect strike. That maybe also was another thing that Patrick's saying. You took it early, you catch a goalkeeper off guard if you take it early. If he takes a touch now, the keeper can set himself. So, yeah.
That is the thing. It's easy to say for goalkeepers, I could have done better, could have done, but in those situations, it's all about a game of anticipation, and really you can never anticipate a shot when it comes as quick as that. It's almost like a flash.
Yeah, because reflexes can only get you so far.
Credit to Spain, man. They've dominated the game so far, and they've got 2 goals because of it.
Not many people have mentioned Spain as one of the favorites, but what do you guys think? Do you reckon they can potentially, get themselves another World Cup, and just sneak through the back door, maybe?
I think anything can happen when it comes to this team. If they play like this, and obviously there will be tougher opposition. Very interesting to see what happens when they go up against Germany and so forth. But of course, I said that I think the Netherlands will probably be one of the dark horses. And if that's the case, then you can slide the Spain team into it. I don't think they're that much better than Netherlands and vice versa in the end of the day. So,
yeah.
I think with the Spain side, it always, historically, they're either really good or they're very poor in the World Cup. It just depends on the showing. So I think if they have a strong start, then, might build that mental confidence and that mental aspect of the game. And they have the quality. So, they certainly could be somebody that, maybe just didn't have, I guess people's favorite opinion right before the tournament, but as the tournament progresses, they could certainly emerge as favorites. It's just kind of up to them.
Yeah. Ed saying that Rodri at centre back, maybe he's there for this game to have a ball player at the back to keep recycling the ball quicker in this game, maybe. But then again, it's like Pau Torres can do the same job, so it's kind of interesting. Maybe it was just more so he just wanted to get his best players in on the field, and so you just have to fit them in somehow. And obviously, maybe if you put Busquets is maybe a little bit slower across the ground than Rodri is, so you might as well play Rodri there. And I have a feeling that Rodri did play at centre back at times under Simeone when he was at Atletico before he moved to City. So it's one of those. Navas Howler, and he's supposed to be the strongest player in the team. That's true. He's their star player apparently. Yeah, Patrick's got Spain in the sweepstakes. That's interesting.
Hey.
That's interesting. Still, you could potentially win this. To be fair, the last 2 World Cups were a poor showing from Spain, in my opinion. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. They've been pretty poor in the last 2 World Cups. But then, since they won it. But then, Spain historically in the World Cup haven't done really well. They've always had a lot of good players in their side, but they've always performed poorly. They just never were able to bring it together. And somehow, some way, a group of players came together in one generation and turned everything around for them as well. So, it's very interesting about the Spanish team, because historically they've had some really good players over the years, and they've just never been able to gel that together for a tournament. So, Spain and Netherlands have that potential issue of being incredible until the opposition box. Maybe the tricky wingers and attacking mids have goals in them more than people thought. Potentially that is true as well.
I definitely think so, because if in certain teams, even you've seen in recent years the focus of wingers be more of a focal point in terms of goal scoring. Like the notable team, even though they're club side, look at Liverpool. Now they were able to play with Roberto Firmino, having Mane and Salah as the advancing wingers, while Firmino was more of a playmaker in that role. And of course, he would come up with goals in certain seasons, but he was never that guy that was expected to be the top scorer of the team. It was more so the jobs of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. So you can definitely create a winning environment and culture from that, as Gavi almost weaved his way in the box.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed, I mean, them Spanish teams of the 90s, you're talking about Raul, Hierro, Helguera, Ayala, like Guti, like there were players, man. Some real good players, and whatnot. But and then obviously England as well in the 2000s, they had a lot of very good individuals, but just never were able to gel together as a team. So it's pretty interesting there. And yeah, there's no Xavi, Iniesta, Silva, Raul, Morientes, Torres, Llorente, Albelda, Braha, Echeverria, Joaquin. All of these are legends, especially Raul and Iniesta, unstoppable. I'm telling you. Spanish football was goated in the 90s and the 2000s. What? I used to watch La Liga every Sunday, but it was sick. Like, it's not the same anymore because they used to have a lot more teams that were challenging.
You had some really good players like Puyol, Raul.
Like the smaller teams like Deportivo La Coruña. You had Valencia, who was winning titles. Sociedad won a title as well. Like they had some good teams back in those days. But now it's just Barca Real, and then obviously Atletico weren't even that good back in the day. They had good players, but they never that good. I remember those days. It was really fun watching them. Yeah, Eto at Mallorca as well. Yeah, I remember that. I was young, but I remember it still. Yeah, La Liga or Sky Sports. Yeah, that was it. La Liga or Sky Sports every Sunday, bro. I would always watch it. But let's see, man. Like, I mean, this new generation of Spanish players, like, if Pedri and Gavi are the key men to it, yeah, then boy, it could be interesting.
I'm hoping that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Ansu Fati can overcome his injury problems, because probably couple years back, a lot of people were onto him, but he struggled with injuries at Barcelona and hasn't really been able to kick on.
Yeah, but then they've also penalty. Wow. Penalty given. Also on the bench as well is Nico Williams, Inaki Williams' brother. He's playing for Ghana. He's playing for Spain. So there's another interesting situation there. He's someone they've got high hopes on as well. Is that a penalty? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Is there
from one angle?
Like he kicks the back of his foot, but it doesn't seem like a.
Yeah, I don't think so. Are they gonna go to VAR? No, they're leaving it alone.
I think it's just enough to be a penalty. It looks worse as everything does in slow motion, but it definitely clips the back of his heel.
There's contact for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but it's just a bit soft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Defo.
Ferran Torres stepping up against Keylor Navas.
Patrick said, "I'll be shocked if it wasn't 4 or 5 tonight." Keep on saying tonight, fam. I'm too used to games being late, man. It's still in the afternoon, fam.
Easy. I mean, well, it doesn't help that it's dark outside now, is it? So
good point.
So that's 3-0. Yeah. This is game over, I think, right now.
Yeah. They've averaged a goal every 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
Hey, this could get ugly, man.
We thought it was going to be a bit of an upset, but not in this game.
That's a good pen.
Some man might not like this, but maybe we have to move to the Canada game, fam.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.
Everybody can go go have dinner.
Hey,
Just go have your
hey,
dinner.
if they end up slapping like 10 minutes at a time on this one,
Yeah. I'll end the stream because I'm like, there should be no 10 minutes for sure.
They have been on those extra minutes. I wonder who's keeping time on these games. Boy, they got 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 14 minutes. It's been wild.
Yeah, Ed, we got the Canada game after this. Yeah. Tomorrow as well. 4 games, 3 games on Friday, 4 games Saturday, 4 games Sunday, 3 games on Monday potentially. I'm not too sure, maybe 2 because I got meetings in the afternoon, so I probably won't be able to cover them. I got to be there. But then on Tuesday it's the final group games, so there'll be 2 games being played at the same time. So we'll have one person watching one and the other person watching the other. Then it's knockout stages after that. So then it's just games in the evening, I guess. So back to normal.
free kick for Costa Rica. Borges to take right side, whips it in.
Oh, Joel Campbell wasn't reacting to it at all. Oh, so sad.
Yeah, he was outside.
Yeah. He just didn't react to it. I was shocked.
That's poor positioning. Oh my. He's way offside.
We'll have a whole 45 minutes of added time in this game alone. Deportivo were Kings. Once the players they had in my era, Roy Mackay, Juan Carlos Varane, Diego Tristan. Yeah. I remember those, man. I remember those days because I remember them playing Man United in the Champions League in like 01. And yeah, like they were good teams, man, back in those days. It was so like spread, like the quality was spread throughout the league. So it wasn't just Barca just buying up everybody or Real Madrid just buying up everybody. It was really spread across the league. Like you had players that were very loyal to their clubs and stuff. It was good. It was really good back in the day. That's the Spanish league is not the same anymore. Like once you get past the top 4, maybe top 6, top 7, the rest of the quality is just really in the bin.
Yeah, there's a big drop off.
But you know,
you think we'll ever get to a point like that again where, you know, not just speaking in the Premier League, but La Liga, Serie A, they're competitive, the Bundesliga.
The issue, so the issue I have with it is I feel like because there's such a massive focus on commercials and stuff like that. So Serie A had to do it because they had a pool of Italian players aren't as good as what they were back in the day, so they needed to open up the league to foreigners and stuff like that. That's why you see Dutch players, you see players from Africa, South America all come over, like Asians as well coming over to Italy to play, so that they can open up the league to try and globalize it, so they can get more sponsorship and this, that, and the other. So I think it's helped the league in terms of quality. Spain is different just because of the rules, like the TV money and all of this. Like the majority of it's in favor of Real Madrid and Barcelona because that's basically who everybody wants to see. All the stars are there, so like until they fix that problem, then we're not going to see the quality level in Spain fix up. And then in the Prem, I think in the Prem, it's the money's shared out a lot more evenly. This is why teams like Villa or maybe even a little lower down the league, have extra money to play with. So they don't have to sell their players necessarily. So you still have players stay at their club. They don't have to sell because they need the money anymore. So the Prem's okay. Bundesliga is also different again, the structure of the league, because it's not really about commercials. The I think it's a lot of private business in there. So like, I feel like Mercedes has some stake in Bayern. So obviously Mercedes is a global company, so they've got money, so they be able to help fund Bayern. But for some smaller teams, they don't have that same kind of backing. However, the ladder helps them to get into the league. So near enough every season, a team that comes from the amateur league that's worked their way up can get from Bundesliga 2 into the actual top league. So that's nice to see. But yeah, it's difficult just because of commercials, I think, honestly.
Well, I think, with the German league, the Bundesliga, you see it. I feel like you see it a little bit more than other leagues, where it seems that every team is just happy to funnel in their best players to Bayern, no matter what. Even Dortmund. So, it just makes it less competitive.
Because even like, if you remember when Wolfsburg won that title, in Bundesliga, when was it 2010, I think, whenever it was, but that was a shock. Like, I remember back in the day, Werder Bremen won a title, and like, Leverkusen used to win titles and stuff like that. That's all gone now because, as you said, Santi, the best players just want to play for Bayern. Bayern's the team with the most money, so can pay those players, can pay those transfer fees. Even Dortmund at certain points, they won a few titles here and there. Obviously, Klopp won his 2 when he was there. They won, I think, 1 in the 90s as well. It was a bit more even back then. Back in those days, it was way more even back in those days.
Okay, I remember reading about this. So Wolfsburg won in 2009.
9, okay, yeah. Yeah.
They had like Edin Dzeko.
Yep.
There was another striker I remember reading about, and he had like one of his best seasons.
Yeah, Graffiti, that Brazil, is he the Brazilian striker?
That's the one.
Yeah, that was a team as well. Like, shocked everybody in Germany. But yeah, no, those are them days, man. Like, football now, it's so predictable. Look at the Prem. It's City, basically. I mean, Arsenal are doing their thing this year, but it's basically become a City thing because they just have the most money. They spend it how they want. Yeah. And in order to make the Premier League competitive again, it'll be interesting if they start putting things in like caps and, like, imagine if we had a salary cap, for example. Now you have to fall within that. If you fall outside of that, you get penalized somehow, some way, type of thing. Imagine if we had things like that, but it's just never going to happen because it's not in the favor of the big teams, is it?
Yeah. And then it also kind of ruins the things of having stuff like top 6s, top 4s, all of this stuff there, which is something that they want to maintain. The media, especially, they want to maintain in this country.
Yeah.
And that hurt certain teams a lot more too. Like, sad to say, but United is one of them that, some people do come for the bag, and
we'd be way over the salary cap.
We're definitely over that salary cap.
No, it was wild. I didn't actually know how much money Ronaldo was really getting. So in the initial year, he was getting like 750K.
Oh, really?
Yeah, per week. And then the Champions League thing, he brought it down to like just under 600K.
Yeah, so because obviously in the UK it's 50% tax over £100,000, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So yeah, he was, so obviously after tax he's getting in his first year 400K or whatever it is a week. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Crazy money.
I'm just glad it's over, man. I'm honestly just glad it's over. It's just been a circus, like literally from the start of the season.
Trust me, man.
I mean, even before too, like during the summer.
Yeah, like just trying to figure out whether he was going to stay, if he's leaving. All this other stuff is done now, but it just leaves United desperately short. So they have to bring in somebody. Like they have no excuse now in January to go out and get somebody, get two if they can.
The man were coming out here talking about we're way ahead of schedule, or whatever. Nah.
Nah, yeah. Now they have. There's no excuse. That's what's so funny about the situation. That's what I love about it. Like they actually have to go out in January and go and find somebody, because you can't rely on just Rashford and Martial up front now these days. Nah, we're not in 2015 anymore. Like,
what do you guys think about Marcus Thuram? Because he's one that's kind of rumored. Russia Mönchengladbach has said that they want to sell him because his contract expires in the summer. They said you could get him for around 10 million. Would you get him? Probably it'd be a backup.
yeah, back up to the main guy, whoever we get. It's worth a punt, I think. Because Ten Hag is, you look at the improvement that he's made in some of the younger players, or I say younger players. Rashford's 25 now, but like Rashford, Dalot, like he's shown that he's able to work with players and improve them. So now I don't find it much more of a risk to take on a young player to come into the setup. Look at Garnacho's improvement, like since coming within the first team squad. So imagine now you can go and take a punt, £10 million, €10 million on a Marcus Thuram, comes to United and then works under Ten Hag and improves that. Like I'll take that punt right now. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
he's 6'4".
Yeah,
damn, he's tall.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
It would be refreshing when you think about, in comparison, all of the deals, or majority of the deals that we've done in past years, invested big money in these players that haven't given us a lot in return.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we do need to take that route now, where we're analyzing and seeing what the manager and the coaching staff can bring out of players, rather than looking for the finished product. I think it's the perfect time to do something like that now. Where there are really a lot of expectations.
Yeah, not right now anyway. We're still very early on in this process, and like the club were trying to basically drag it down by trying to keep Ronaldo there. Like it's like, bruv, we want to start this thing again properly, and you've got a player who doesn't want to be there, the manager doesn't want there, and not playing. So just we had to sort out. But yeah, Kendall saying suffocation football, tiki taka is finest. I'm telling you, literally, Costa Rica haven't touched the ball in at least 5 minutes. I'm sure.
I believe Enrique was the last man to deliver a Champions League for Barcelona, right?
Yep. Yep.
He took over from Tito Villanova, innit?
Yes.
Yeah, man. He had cancer.
He passed away.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I mean, Enrique is a good coach. I was surprised that he made this transition like to international football like so kind of abruptly in his career. Not to say that he can't come back to club football, but it's just where would he? He'd probably be Barcelona again if he gets the opportunity. I'm sure. I can't see him managing anywhere else, to be fair. But then again, I say that, but then if the money's right, he would do it.
It's true, to be fair, because you see a lot of managers, especially when they reach the top.
5 minutes of added time. I'm just sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to let you know it. That is a lot of time.
Yeah, somehow we found 5, fam, but I'm not gonna say too much. But yeah, you see a lot of managers who've been able to reach the top of club level. They kind of use the international thing as another motivation towards the end of their careers.
He said the Italian league was on fire in Channel 4 on Channel 4. Yeah, I remember that back in the day. Heavy teams Fiorentina with Batistuta, Rui Costa, Henrique, Inter Milan with Recoba, Vieri, R9, Crespo, Cannavaro. Yeah, I remember David's Seydorf, Nesta, Maldini, Shevchenko at AC Milan. Yeah, I remember this, man. Those days were really good, man. Channel 4, you turn it on a Sunday. I forgot the guy's name, man, like Richardson.
And that AC Milan team was cold.
Yeah. That Italian football back in those days was really good. I mean, it's not the same now, but it's getting back there. It's getting back there. Like the quality is improving, just in a different way. It's in a different way.
Speaking of Italian teams, I guess it's almost mind-boggling to me how Italy can go and win the Euros, but then not qualify for the World Cup immediately after.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I can't really put my finger on why they didn't. It's strange. It's very strange how they didn't qualify for this World Cup. But I feel like the Italian team have struggled over the years. I mean, there was call ups from Balotelli only recently. He's playing in Turkey at this moment in time, and it's like, yeah, like you would never. That's unheard of in Italian football. They wouldn't even pick you if you don't even really play in Italy like that. To be honest with you, generally Italian players don't really leave Italy anyway. There must be a reason why you're not there. So yeah, it's interesting. I can't lie. Marcus Thuram, born in Italy, plays in Germany and plays internationally for France. Cosmopolitan man. Son of the French of the French legend CM. He was named after Marcus Garvey.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, man.
Lilian Thuram's son, French legend.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
Played for you.
I don't know about him, Marcus. What is the link between Thuram and Marcus Garvey, if you know, Patrick? Or is it just a thing where, you know, sometimes obviously you can be inspired by somebody or whatever and you end up naming them in honor of that person? If there's a deeper meaning to that.
He said, "Where's the 5 minutes coming from?" Hey, and then I don't know, but maybe because CM said it in the last stream, yeah, that how maybe they're actually counting the seconds that the ball's been out of play or the time it takes for a penalty or an injury takes, and they stop the watch, then they get it back on. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see if this stays like throughout all the leagues and stuff like that, because I doubt it. When 7 minutes of extra time after every league game, yeah, I don't think that can happen. The commentator.
Interesting.
Say that again, Santi. Sorry.
Oh, saying it'll be interesting to see how many average stoppage time minutes they have by the end of the World Cup. I'm saying it's going to be like 12 or 13.
Yeah. That's gonna be one stat at the end of the tournament that we're gonna have to look out for, because what was the average amount of time of extra time per game in the World Cup? And I tell you, it's gonna be something mad. The commentator back in the day was Peter Brackley. What a legend! He hyped me up, especially the intro music.
Thank you, Patrick. I should do more research into that.
And that's hard time for me over here, anyway. 3-0 to Spain. Goals from Dani Olmo, Marco Asensio, and Ferran Torres to close off that first half. I believe it's game over at this point. I mean, we're not going to see an upset in this game, unfortunately. Costa Rica, not the best side, as a lot of people have mentioned in the chat and what we discussed earlier on. They've not really had the best qualification to get here. They are here, and they're not really putting a good account of themselves, down by 3-0. Guys, give me your thoughts on that first half for both teams.
Well,
It's
I
been.
think.
Go on, Santi. Go on.
That's funny. So I think Spain came out, was very, very dominant on the ball. They moved the ball around a lot. They did some really good passing, in the channels and everything. And um, I think they originally set up to deal with a pacey Costa Rica team, but it's probably, I guess, kind of like the biggest analysis that I could make of the game.
So yeah,
Domination, innit? Domination. Yeah, I think I just saw something. I have to look at the stats after, but the possession stats can't be kind to Costa Rica. I'm looking at it now, 16% possession compared to 73%. Spain have had the ball, and that's what you expect of them if you think of the way they play. I mean, no shots, conceded 3 goals, Costa Rica, and there's no positivity for them. Maybe the positivity is that it's only 3-0, and that's about it. Like you said, bro, they haven't given a good account of themselves at all, which is, I think, the least you can do coming to a World Cup when you're here. It's an occasion that can't be taken lightly, and unfortunately, Costa Rica, they just haven't been able. And you know what? I will give credit to the Spain squad. They've kept possession well. They've created chances, and when it gets to moments like this, you just expect Spain to tire them out, maybe go for 1 or 2 more goals. That's about it. But they'll see out the game pretty well for me in terms of possession, especially if Costa Rica aren't going to ask questions of them. They aren't going to really come out in the second half and press them and try and trap them in certain areas. It's going to be more of the same.
yeah. I think like I agree with both of you. I think with Spain, it's pretty comfortable just because they're able to keep possession just so easily. The interchanging of the front players as well is kind of causing problems for the Costa Ricans. They don't know whether to stick or twist, don't know which man to pick up. And I feel like even with any tactical changes, honestly, Costa Rica aren't really going to be able to do much of anything, to be honest with you. Like I can't even see where they make the changes to try and improve on this, to be honest with you, because right now it's all damage limitation. You're not going to come back into this game, unfortunately. I can't see Spain giving up a 3-0 lead in this opening group game, so it's going to be more of the same in the second half. It's just how many goals Spain actually get. Are we predicting double digits in the second half, or will they rest players? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how they feel. We'll see how they feel. Realist, big up Realist as well. Make sure you go over to Realist's channel too. He's streaming the game right now. Realist_United on Twitch. Make sure you go follow him up and check out the watch along over there too. He said Spain are cheating, and he said they're not letting Costa Rica have the ball. Kendall saying at halftime, Gavi's legs don't look straight, bro, as he was walking off. I didn't see that. But does Pessi make it out of the groups? Hey, I don't know. After that opening defeat, they have to beat Mexico on Saturday, I believe it is. Otherwise, hey, they could be going home early. And that would be
Poland too.
Say that again?
And Poland right after too.
Yeah. Lilian Thuram was born in Guadeloupe and has set up a foundation to fight racism. Okay, respect to Lilian Thuram. Fernando Torres, assistant coach of Spain. I'm not sure about that. And what does a sporting director of a country do? Probably the same thing as at club level, just on the international stage. So essentially setting the path for the country in the future. I think there's different names for it. There's a technical director or sporting director. I think it's largely the same thing. So they basically create the foundations for the country to go from grassroots of football all the way up to the elite level, and what they want as an expectation for that team. So from the style of play to he is the assistant. Okay. The style of play to the type of players they're picking up, who they're gonna watch, like the certain standard that they're gonna set for the country and whatnot. But it's pretty interesting. Big up man like Chino in the building. What you saying, my bro? But what time is it over in the States, fam? It might be like, if you're on the West Coast, you're like 8 hours behind. So you're it's a morning for you right now.
It's
Yeah,
morning Cheeto, fam.
it's a morning, fam. So morning to Chino, bro.
It's probably 9 a.m.
Yeah,
over there.
9 a.m.
Damn.
You got a little, you're early, fam. We're nearly finishing our day right now. It's 5 p.m. close to you. Hey,
At work, 8:57. You got Chino, man. I hope you have a blessed day at work.
come on, big up, man.
Yeah, come on, Chino. Man, that's a good discussion point, right? The sporting director of a country, right? Because I'm sure you got to deal with the under 23s, under 15s, under 17s, all those teams, that have those different competitions, and you see who develops. You have certain countries that do really, really well at the youth level, but then don't make it that great in the senior level. So it'd be interesting.
Pretty interesting. But I'm surprised that Graham Souness is in Qatar, I'm just saying, you know.
Hey, listen, money talks.
I'm just
Money
yeah,
talks.
true. Hey, Chino,
Like
yeah,
G Nev is up there as well, fam.
I
Chilling.
know, I know. Hey, Chino, yeah, 100%. We're doing the show. It's gonna be it's a busy day for me. If it's 4 streams in a row, or not 4 in a row, like it'll be at least an hour or 2 before the show. So that's all right. I'm cool with it. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, 100%. We're doing the show, man. Basketball's heating up, man. The NBA's heating up, man. Lakers on a little couple winning streak now. So of course,
I have so much to catch up on. I think after the game, so I'm just gonna sit down and watch player basketball.
yeah, 100%. I'm gonna catch up a little bit.
I just found out that one of the companies that I work for is a sponsor for the Clippers, and apparently I can request tickets at home, but I would have to travel to LA to do so. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I can't lie. AFCON is not next year, Wow Factor. So they announced it that there's been moved to 2024. So it's in the same place in Ivory Coast, but it's just in 2024 now. So most likely, yeah, be covering it. I ain't gonna lie. I'd hope to actually be in Africa to do that. You know what I'm saying? To probably to cover the tournament. That'd be nice. I can't lie. But most likely, yeah. Sorry, Santi, I cut you off. What was you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say that would be next level.
Yeah, I'd want to do that. That'd be nice. We doing Ghana versus Portugal. You don't want to watch your goat turn your nation into Shaki. That is hilarious. Yes, the game is being shown tomorrow, 4 p.m. I'm actually going to be doing the game with my dad. He's going to come over to my place. We're going to watch the game together.
Hey.
And so that should be a very interesting game. But you're funny. You're actually funny. We're watching your team in the morning, though. You're playing against Switzerland, fam. So I want to see you lot beat them. If you don't beat them, like, don't worry. You're going to get the smoke, in the chat. You will get the smoke. So you better beat Switzerland tomorrow, honestly. And you got Brazil. Bro, he's mad. He's actually mad, fam. So who do you man want to buy United? I need that Arab money. If United get that Arab money, no one can talk to me again. Like, I don't know who's gonna buy them, man. I don't trust the statement.
Chino, don't be so quick, fam.
I don't trust the statement. They've instructed the banks. What does that mean?
You know what I mean? That I was reading some things and they could have done it just because, obviously Liverpool have gone out there public, knowing that they possibly want to sell on. They've gone out there. Then I guess they're just testing the competition. There's so many reasons as to why they would have come out with a statement, because they definitely didn't need to.
Well,
some people have said that
No, go ahead, continue. Sorry.
I say some people have said that they've already had this kind of mindset for a few weeks now,
Mm.
in terms of wanting to sell the club, and they've been speaking to potential buyers and stuff like this.
Mm. But don't you think the timing of it is a bit weird? Where you just announced Ronaldo after he's outed you last week in the interview, then you've basically sacked him, and then now literally like moments after that you're saying you want to sell the club. It's a bit weird for me. I don't know.
It's true.
Maybe it
What
might
we
be,
can learn.
Sorry, say that again, Santi.
No, I was wondering if it's something, to protect the stock or to protect the value of the club. Just
Yeah.
That's a good point, isn't it? Because Ronaldo, the value he has to the club regardless, man. Even when he's doing bad on the pitch.
Yeah. It's a very interesting situation because I don't know. Man.
Never know, for real. Nah, that's cold, man.
Yeah. There's no terrorist football. I don't know what you're. I mean, well, actually, let me know if you speak too quickly, because to be fair, when we've been discussing this with the man, them, yeah, they've been telling us, we've been saying like, hey, you know what, yeah, we might be playing some pragmatic football, yeah, so be prepared for it. And I said it, be prepared for it, because like Portugal, they're a good side, isn't it? Like, I'm not gonna downplay them. It's just their manager's mad pragmatic, so I wonder what tactics they'll employ. Still, I have to wait and see it. But and then said, "You see if the score ain't what I want tomorrow. Yeah, I'm English. No, you're not. You've been backing this Cameroonian thing. You've been backing this Cameroonian thing from the moment that AFCON happened this year, fam. So if you lose tomorrow, you're still a Cameroonian, fam. You can't be switching to no England, fam. I know you can do that, but we ain't doing that over here." He said, Chino said, yes, sacking Ronaldo would have yanked the share price. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day, man. Like it's been a minute since I've watched the game with my dad. I can't lie, just like any game at all. So yeah, he's gonna come over to my place. We're gonna watch the game still. And yeah, hopefully Ghana get the win, man, so we can enjoy it still, like for the rest of the day still. Because if I get my W, fam, then all I know is South Korea on Monday, get the result, then the grudge match. Yo.
You know what I mean? No, there's no pressure behind it, fam. You can just go smack them out and done, fam.
Done. I'm telling you, I can't wait. So they announced right after to pump it back up right away. Maybe that's what I'm saying. So the Ronaldo interview may have dropped the share price. Then they announced their thing so that they can rise the share price so that they can get a bit of money out of the sale potentially. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't. No terrorist football. No terrorist football, man. You've been backing this Cameroonian thing from the beginning. Coming to NBA streams, the only thing you're talking about is MP. We're not even watching Philadelphia 76ers, fam. What are you talking about? So let's not do this, please.
Fam, gonna have to take up the shamelessness, fam. Now that Drizzy's gone, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we'll have some. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be Brazil starting as well tomorrow too. So it should be very interesting. Before Friday, we move into those second group games for both groups A and B, because we'll have the England game as well. They play against the US as well, so it should be interesting. But yeah, second half is about to begin. But then I think for this one, yeah, you see Costa Rica a small nation, isn't it? So I can understand why it's not gonna be. Do you know what I mean? This man said Ghana happy.
Oh,
allow it.
Hey, Magic Krishna's wilding today, fam.
Tomorrow,
that brother needs to settle down.
Tomorrow we're gonna be good. I'm hoping so. I'm praying for a good result. That's all. I'm praying for a good result.
Looking for that. I don't want to call it heavy metal, fam.
No. Heavy metal, yeah. Hey, heavy metal. We're finished. Trust me, we're finished. We have to be careful, man. Tactics have to be on point. Otherwise, nah.
I have to come with that prime Mourinho tax.
Trust me.
coming for you.
Bro. Hey, you're funny, fam. Bro, this is going to be more of the same already, man. No change in tactics or anything.
You know what? Spain are coming. You know, too well. You know, game over. That's it. Playing in the park, man. That's easy.
Yep. And they're going to be able to change some players and everything like that. Yo, man,
Looking at a man like Drizzy.
Man like Jizzy, you're back in the building. Big up, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Safe. You got there safely. That's good. But Spain, right now, training ground exercise right now. Save your legs, even.
That's probably the best thing they can do too. There's no need to go and run up the score at this point. Save your legs so the next game is better.
Yo, Drizzy, I'm telling you, like the second half, Japan's coach was spot on with the substitutions, the tactics, and Germany crumbled. They literally crumbled. And I mean, Japan can play. I've known this for time. Like I know they can play. I just don't. I wasn't sure of the new crop of players that they had in their side. I wasn't sure about them. I know some of the older ones, but that were in their squad, but not some of the new guys. And they all played really well. So you know they deserve that second half. They deserve the win off of that second half performance alone. So you know, and they needed to change tactics. Me and CM were saying in the Watchalong, they needed after that poor first half, they needed to change tactics. So they did, and they got the result. And yeah, they top the group currently, but Spain are right on their heels right now. We'll probably go top because of goal difference, obviously, after this game. So it'll be interesting. And then Spain play Germany in the next game on Saturday, I believe it will be, or Sunday, maybe Sunday. And that should be a good game.
I will say that Germany looked shocked and that they just did not know how to deal with it.
Yep.
As soon as the second goal came, it's kind of right when I tuned in.
Yep. Nah, and then there's one more game. Belgium Canada is 7 p.m. for us lot. So yeah, stay tuned, man. We got another one, and then that's us for the day. Germany need a number 9, and also Sule is a calamity waiting to happen. Yeah, CM was mentioning on the other stream he doesn't understand why for Germany he plays at right back when he's a centre back for Bayern Munich.
He's slow too. I remember like when what game was it? I saw like there's a game that I watched and I was just sitting there like okay like I know there was like at some point links with United and I was like I do not want this guy to be with Maguire at the time. Like it would have been
I actually remember this. Yes.
Imagine that.
No pace defense.
Shout out to the Magsu partnership. Magsu.
Costa Rica have 16 players that play for Costa Rican clubs. Not surprised at that whatsoever. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at that.
Good ball in the box by Torres, just cleared away.
I think CM is now further ahead than me. I just saw that.
I know I refresh my stream like just as the second half started. That must have worked wonders.
I'm gonna do it now because
Let's try that.
I'm just gonna refresh that. Is it a corner?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then we're right in time.
Look, I'm not gonna say nothing except that I did post a meme earlier today, and my internet has just been judged all day. My stream's not even loading anymore.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. You have to be careful. It's
it's not even loading anymore.
Yo, you've judged yourself. They beat Niger though, who Costa Rica did. I didn't know about that. With all the upsets, I like Ghana's chances tomorrow. I know we're gonna defend and counter. I don't want to do that though. I don't like the defend and counter, man. You have to try and dominate, but I know it's gonna be difficult against Portugal. I know they're gonna have a lot of the ball. That one for sure. I know. We just got to stop them scoring. Pepe's getting sent off tomorrow, and then with the 4-0, let's see this goal. They're literally walking. Spain, they're walking.
I'm telling you.
But they score another one.
This is the warm-up game, bro.
I'm telling you.
Like, you just walk into training, yeah, man, they're doing a low-intensity rondo. Peak.
Boy, Costa Rica don't want to be put down as one of the worst, like Qatar.
Ooh, oh my God.
Oh my days. Wow.
What's going on there?
Bad. That was actually bad. Navas allowed that to just go sneak underneath him.
Yeah, and then it said I didn't know Navas was that bad. I didn't know he's gone this bad, man. He was actually a good keeper.
He was, yeah.
He's having a bad day today.
He was still. But that guy, I feel sorry for the Costa Rican man. He looked like he had a tear. He had to look like he had a tear in his eye, man.
Yeah, I just clocked that.
I swear, he looked like he had a tear in his eye, man. He's like, oh man, I wasted my time for this.
Look at that. That is poor. So Navas comes out, the defender blocks him, then Torres just turns and finishes.
The two most experienced players in the team, Oviedo and Navas.
That is a calamity. Luis Enrique loving it.
Easy for Spain. I'm hoping that the next game is a competitive one. Belgium, Canada.
Yeah.
On both ends, man.
I feel like that could be the case, but hey, let me not talk, fam. Let me not talk.
Yeah. That's not because
I haven't heard too much hype about Canada, and I think that's probably a good thing because that means, they should hopefully surprise people for the better.
Yeah.
I mean, they were playing really well during the World Cup qualifiers, and of course they did win the CONCACAF, so I think they topped the qualifiers.
Right, getting ready to come on now. Vibes this brother. Real AM, as he says. He's saying I think Spain will struggle against Japan.
Maybe.
If they're able to play like they did in the second half, which is once again it is a big ask, but we have wasn't in this game really. We haven't seen Spain put under pressure. It depends if Japan, like I said, they can come out in the second half and put pressure like they did against the Germans, where they relinquished possession a bit in the second half, which led to Japan's goals. Can they do that to Spain?
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's the intensity, right? Because like we haven't seen nothing from the Costa Rican side at all, and this might kind of lull Spain into a false sense of security, where they'll go into that game thinking, oh yeah, we can just do the same thing we did against Costa Rica and get the win. Next thing you know, Japan shock you, and then you have a really competitive game and you don't know how to adjust. So it should be interesting. Should be really interesting. That's going to be the final game of the group. But they have a big test against Germany anyway, because Germany need to win. So we have to wait and see.
I think the Japan and Costa Rica game is going to be an interesting one too, because we'll have to change up that tactic. You can't, I'm sure with the unless Costa Rica is having a bad day today, then Japan's going to have to be on the front foot.
Yep.
Look at this guy and fam. I don't know. Panama and England B didn't make it. Man's trying to throw shots at JA, fam. Nah, this.
England B.
How can you say England B, bro? That is mad. That is so funny. That is funny, man. Spain will struggle against Japan. Yeah, as you mentioned before. My earlier 4 or 5 looking like 5 or 6, yeah, for sure. There's probably a couple more goals in this.
England B, not wrong as well. Sticky one still. I'm on for it. Hey, they're gonna make it, bro. They're gonna make 2026. Don't worry about that, fam. I don't know about England B, but Jamaica's gonna make 2026. Gonna be there repping the set, fam. I got my shirt ready. Might bring it to the dry cleaners to get a nasty pattern before time, Well, like vibes, vibes, fam. I said I need for the next game at like 7-0.
Oh. I was about to say, if that back heel had turned into a goal, it would have been madness for Costa Rica. Oh.
Rata offside, I think. They're gonna continue. This brother. Ooh. Oh no, Santi's way ahead now.
Well, did you just see the back heel? Did you just see the back heel? Yeah.
Santi, fam. Yeah, you're banging judge, bro. 1 minute years behind, now you're here again.
And look who just jumped in the chat.
Oh, now we know.
I think not.
Big up to you, man.
Big up, man. Big up Tariq, man.
Big up Tariq, bro.
Spain finally might get the respect they deserve. This team, yeah, true say they were unfortunate, man. I remember that was the semi-final against Italy. I remember that. That was a penalty shootout in the end, I'm sure, right? And Italy won that.
I think so. Yeah.
Did Morata miss one?
So.
Did Morata miss one? I think.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. Because I remember they played him off the park that day. Kendall say, nah, man, Costa Rica are being unprofessional. They don't deserve this week's wages, Man, like Brian Ruiz is coming on as well, Right, Costa Rica, man.
I remember not long ago, fam. I think it was last year. Brian Ruiz was captain in them.
Yeah.
Man, trying to move on from him now. Obviously, he's on the other side of the 30s. So.
For sure.
Yeah, Mariah, you missed bare chances in that game, too.
Yeah. That's true. I think I remember actually watching that game, thinking to myself that how are Italy even still in this? But yeah, interesting. 2026 with England, USA, and Jamaica. I'm going to a lot of games. Hey, that should be good though.
Mm.
Big up Bick as well. He's saying Keylor Navas pulling a stinker. You hate to see it. Big up Bick, man. Damn. Yeah, 2026 should be a vibe though. Still, because I know we were talking about yesterday. Like that might be a vibe still, just to go out there to go watch the games.
Yeah.
Then we can actually do the link up though, for real though. Like,
well, I was gonna say there's a few of us here in the US too, so
yeah, we can do the link ups though.
Got the invites.
If I travel to the US, fam, I might have to. I was gonna be on the workout regimen of my life, fam. Probably 12 months before. When I come out there looking like CR7, fam. Go out. go out and bare restaurants and all them things there, fam. It's peak.
Yo. Hey, chill. Yo, that's funny, man.
Busquets and Jody Alba coming off now for Koke and Balde. Oh man, and Alejandro Balde.
You know what's so funny? Yeah, like I feel like it's kind of funny, yeah, how Spain really think that they played well today, but it's the Japan game I'm waiting for. Because I don't think they're ready for that, man. That because the way Japan turned that game around, yeah.
Oh boy.
The intensity is going to be interesting to see how they can adapt to that.
And you know what makes it so great? Now they've done that against Germany, they're going to have all the confidence in the world to do that against Spain.
100%.
It's a Kenny T, fam. Shout out Reedus as well, fam. I mean, fam, love listening to the man blowing in a flute. And once there, fam.
That was a good cross.
Out for a goal kick.
Look out for Gavi's legs.
Man said, "Look out for Gavi's legs." Let me, bro. I'm not.
Yo,
I've really not been looking that closely. But what are you talking about? Oh, I think I've seen a bit of that still. What team has impressed you the most so far? Says Tariq. Yeah. I can't lie, Japan have after that performance today. Saudi Arabia, you could say their second half turnaround.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried about them now. Was not worried about it the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
England did well. England did really well against Iran. Like the pressure that the expectation of the country as well. Like saying, yeah, you got to
Ooh,
do what you need to do. So they did pretty well.
that was a mad tackle.
But after that, like I've not really been impressed with anybody else. To be fair, like France were good last night. France were good last night. Definitely, they were good, but they were expected to beat Australia. To be fair, and obviously Spain.
I
Here.
would say, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I think I've been.
Ooh,
Yep.
I've just seen the
Die. I need to see a replay, but he's lucky to be getting a yellow on that because he flew in.
Calvo with a bad tackle. Francisco Calvo.
He needs to calm down, fam. Yeah, the saving grace is that his feet wasn't really in the air, fam. He got it planted on the floor. But it looked like a bad challenge initially.
Yeah. I thought he went studs up for a sec.
Yeah, exactly.
The replay.
Nah, Nico Williams is coming on, fam. Nah, the dream is over.
Hey,
The dream is over, fam.
could have had him.
The dream is over, fam.
Could have followed his brother's footsteps, fam. Man. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's gonna be interesting though if they ever were to face each other in an international game. It's just like Jerome Boateng and Kevin Prince Boateng. They face each other at a World Cup on opposite sides in 2010. So
Hey, that boy Nico, fam, he needs to get barber checked, fam. I don't know what's going on there, fam.
He's rapid though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who also needs a barber check? Man like Garnacho.
Garnacho.
He's got the shaved bowl cut thing going on there.
Hey.
Yo, Joe Campbell moving back.
Club might have a waiting list for Belgium versus Canada. That Therese boy in it, fam. I said, God, that should need a dentist check. That's peak, fam. That's peak. Hey. Don't worry, man's gonna soon have them veneers in, fam, once the new contract comes through.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think he's going to get a number upgrade too?
Yeah, man. Well, it sounds like this thing's gonna go up to that 50K per week. That's the initial news so far, fam. United saying it's time for us to acknowledge our new star boy, fam. I want that word banned in the dictionary.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing about no Star Boys or nothing. All in the bin.
just like the word wheel. I don't ever want to hear the word wheel ever again.
Yeah. All of that. I want nothing to do with any of them, honestly. Because that stuff has ruined us.
Just under 20 minutes to go. What is coming off? Aguilera. Portugal Ghana tomorrow at 3 on ITV.
Man saying there's only one star boy around there. We all know who that is, bro. Bro, you can keep him, man. Keep your star boy labels with them man there, fam.
Yeah, fam.
It's like I'm done with that United. I can't lie.
Them things only end in flames, fam. It's like the number 11 and number 7 shirt, fam.
Cursed.
Yeah.
Cursed. Both of them are cursed. Just leave them vacant from now on, man.
Telling you.
Retire them.
We'll go. You know what I mean? Why do you want that number anyway, fam? Go make your own number unique, fam. Get number 99 or something like that.
Just hang them in the rafters, man. I'm done with all of them.
Go, make your own number 7. Like 34.
Isn't it?
It's worked really well.
Nah, no cap. If I was a youth player, you know, they give the youth player some mad numbers, fam. So they give you number 44 or number something like that. I'd just keep it my whole career. Cause fam, ain't nobody gonna be having one of them mad numbers, fam.
Like, give me 99.
Isn't it?
It's just.
Campbell one side. Think he's off. Yeah.
He's offside.
Costa Rica ain't having no fun out there, man.
No. They were definitely not having fun.
Go home.
They're not having fun now.
Oh no.
Let's see if we can see Gavi's legs there.
Oh my god!
He's quick.
Oh, bloody Murata! Don't do it!
Gavi?
Don't do it!
Oh! Gavi with the outside of the right.
Nice.
Yo, Spain. Big up to Spain, fam. That's it. That's game well and truly done. They're just boosting up the goal difference still. Woo-hoo. Hey, he's humble with it. I respect him, fam. He did. Oof, what a finish, fam. Oh my days. What a finish, man. Wow.
Yeah, he just took it so casually too.
These men are Gavi and Pedri, fam. See Barcelona, they've done what they needed to do. They do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Spain running riot, 5-0. Yo, Gavi, superb finish. I was wrong to doubt Spain. Wonderful finish. Largest World Cup win since 1998. Is it? Didn't Argentina beat Serbia, Montenegro 6-2 or something? Or do you mean the margin? If it's the margin, then yeah, maybe. No, it can't be because 2002, Germany beat Saudi Arabia 8-0. That's probably the largest win at a World Cup. I'm sure. Large win for Spain. Okay, sorry. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying. For Spain, yep.
That was a.
Yeah.
That was...
Sorry, no, see, sorry.
Nah, that was a goal and a half. Good ball by Murata, fam. I know what no vibes this guy, fam. He's on side with it as well. But yeah, it's a good ball by Murata still. He lifted his head up, saw Gabby at the edge of the box, and the finish speaks for itself, man. Outside of the boot, off the post and in.
Still got 15 minutes left to play.
Unreal tech. Unreal.
We still got 15 minutes to play, man.
Yeah.
Spain need a couple more, man.
Yeah, man. For a bit of entertainment, fam.
Yeah, they beat Bulgaria 6-1 in 98, and their biggest win since then is 4-0 against Ukraine. I remember watching that game as well. They had Shevchenko and all of that. He said that you see the real him cooking in Qatar. The other guy's probably on Tinder or something. I told you, a light loan, yeah, for Morata, I'll take it. You know, I can't lie to you. But we still need like 2 more strikers, though.
Definitely.
I need 2 more, bro, to go with along with him. If you're gonna bring him in, bring in 2 more.
Oh, okay.
I need real rotations. Sir. That update,
Yo.
Ooh.
Yo. See, this is what I wanted, innit? I wanted a bit of feistiness because I was thinking to myself, okay, it's 2 Spanish-speaking countries.
Too late for that now, innit?
That needed to happen 4 goals ago.
I'm saying it's late, man. I was expecting a bit of this going on in there, but nah, didn't happen, innit?
Man, they're getting pumped because they're vexed because they're getting pumped, fam. Speak. That update though, Costa Rica still got 17% possession. It's a bit mad still. They yeah. No, 0 shots. Crazy. $171 passes to Spain's 895 plus now. Damn.
I can't even talk bad about the keeper because he hasn't been tested. Like, I can't run my day agenda.
Fam, hey, you should have brought in my boy De Gea, fam. He would have saved that. Save what, fam? They haven't taken a single shot. It's a long day, fam. It's a long day. Should have picked De Gea though.
I can't even be outraged.
This is wild, fam. This is wild. That's ain't no pedo swag. We continue, man. That's what I'm telling you, fam. Someone just shoot from long range, bro. Have a run, a nice little jog out, cardio session. Take a shot from halfway or something like that before you lose the ball. Keylor is still at PSG, right? They have Donnarumma. I'm not sure if he left PSG.
No, he's still there. He's still there.
Yeah.
Just holding bench for what?
He's still at PSG, man. It's just shambolic.
Look at that, just how long that the ticker at the bottom just goes. It's just the goals.
right.
Costa Rica are gonna go out west than Qatar.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
might be a good.
In terms of the opening group games, they've had the worst performance.
Well, whoever
This is
got
bad.
Costa Rica in the World Cup draw, it's looking good for you. It's looking good.
Traveling, fam, all expenses paid to Qatar, fam, just to have 0 shots in the game.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. Not even one shot. Yeah. I want my money back, fam. Because, fam,
It's
to
the
be fair,
fans.
I don't think there's not that many Costa Rican fans in the stadium, but they came from far. You know for a fact.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse, fam. There's not a lot of them to mix with each other, fam. And they're seeing their team getting smoked.
You know, the worst part about this too is that they're from the Caribbean. Like they should be used to the warm temperatures.
But the thing about it, I don't think it's that. It's just Spain are just way too good. Like they man for man, they just way better than them.
But to get one shot, just one shot.
True. They haven't tried though. Like they haven't tried to even change their tactics or nothing, bro. They've just been stand there and let Spain just pass the ball around.
I'm not gonna lie, the more and more I look at this, fam, these men have been a disgrace still. Absolute disgrace, fam.
Man, pretty bad too. This Campbell brother for Costa Rica is a fraud. All I know is he used to be on Arsenal and then he disappeared and he only comes and plays for Costa Rica. I won't be surprised if he's getting his weekly wage from there. Even Boss, who forwarded the Costa Rica shirt, is asking for a refund.
So you're saying what the fans who got paid to rep Costa Rica?
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a refund right now.
They're asking for more money, fam. They want to triple the pay.
Like, I need a bonus for this.
Yo. I wonder how many minutes of added time they're going to give us.
It might just rub salt in the wounds, fam. Give us a light 7 minutes.
No, I don't think they should do it, man. Just end it, bro.
Hey, I don't think one single game's ended on straight on 90 minutes. So it's like,
just a light 15 minutes.
Just end it. Like, don't add more insult to injury, bro.
And the game when they have a shot in it.
Golden goal. Golden shot.
I need that AFCON ref. Just end it early, please.
This is the time you want to start cooling down heat strokes, fam. When the team's 5-0 down, they're not doing anything. They're not giving no effort. The fans want to go and get something to eat, fam. Just say, yeah, man. I thought it was 90 minutes still.
You got 5 minutes of stoppage time before, right? We just add those on there. It's cool. Man. It's calm. It's 90 minutes.
If I was a ref, I would have just used the normal time as added time from just add it onto there. We were like scamming thing.
All right. I'm debating, should I go make a cup of coffee and then come back and see if we're still playing?
Yeah, no, I remember either you told us this or somebody else told us this, but yeah, he's actually going to be in that game.
Hey, this could be a movie, fam. It could be a movie, fam.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Yo, nah, but he's got to get himself in check for this one, fam. Man's in Qatar.
World
This is
Cup.
the World Cup now.
I don't understand how he's been picked. That mistake gets you sacked, bro.
It's mad, isn't it? This year's gone quick, fam, but it's literally only this year.
This year, in January.
Yo.
That's wild.
Fast, fam. You gotta move like this is primary school, fam. Next shot wins, fam. Everybody's taking shots. The teachers are telling everyone to come inside, fam. Breaks over. Nah, everybody's just clanging off that post.
Wait, who got Costa Rica in the sweepstakes?
Bro, I don't know if you got them, you know.
Oh, Costa Rica.
I don't know if you got them, boy. Bro, the coach is smiling, fam.
He said, I already got my paycheck.
He said, I'm leaving with something. I got my paycheck.
I said, you man out to do something. It's up to you if you didn't want to do it.
Just clocked who got Costa Rica.
That is funny. That is funny as well.
And it's 6. Another one.
Uh-oh. Hey, Patrick, right on the money, fam. I said red rum. I speak still.
6 goals to 0.
Who's that? Soler.
Oh, no way. They're taking the mick with this stoppage time.
What's the time? How much?
It's 8 minutes.
8 minutes. They're bugging out. They're actually bugging out. Where did 8 minutes come from, man?
Yeah, 7-0, fam. 7-0's coming. I said 8 minutes. Nah, come on, man. These men have been passing the ball about in this whole half. And man fighting 8 minutes of time.
8 minutes. They gotta explain why they're doing this.
I literally said I could go make a cup of coffee, come back.
Where's that once you got Costa Rica in the sweepstakes?
Nah, Ed's got it still. Ed's got it still because they're gonna lose all 3 games. I think Costa Rica will try to do a little thing. Man said I sent you out with instructions. It's up to you guys to do it. Red rum. Navas is a finito. Sounded of a defeated coach. Costa Rican players, why are we still here just to suffer? It's not looking good, bruv. I'm telling you, man. It's just not looking good at all. 8 minutes of added time, though. Spain are going to score again. They're going to score again before the end of the game. Make it 7. End the game. I'm going to get myself a snack. Then we got the big game. Belgium, Canada.
Nah, fam. And it's funny, fam. I said red rum in front of an empty stadium.
That's funny as hell. I got
Oh
Red,
no,
red,
no,
hey,
it's 7,
oh
man.
no,
no, it's not 7. No, it's not
fam.
7, fam. Oh, it's gonna be
Oh,
7,
don't
8.
do this, fam. It's gonna be 8, fam. So it might be 9.
I had to change the picture to send a message to the refs.
Fam, just stop, fam.
Just
Stop,
stop,
stop.
Just stop.
We're already dead.
Morata. Yep, Morata.
Oh, even Morata scored, fam. You, hey. No way, nah.
No way. No. Speak, fam.
Nah,
Speak.
that is peak. Morata with the goal now to make it 7. Wow.
Yeah, this is a disgrace, fam.
Bruv, look at Luis Enrique. He don't even care. He's not celebrating anymore. He's finished. Game done for him. He's thinking about dinner.
No. On Realist stream, I said that Spain needed to hold a light 7, and then just the opposite happened.
Oh, Santi Judge, fam. Yes.
I'm telling you.
Costa
Why
Rica
everybody's getting judged in this World Cup? It's peak.
just end the game. Nice thumbnail, Santi Alvaro. See you. Costa Rica raids a later rest. Just wrap up the Costa Rica and FA. Hey, I'm gonna time you out for this, bro. I'm gonna time you out for this. Enrique thinking about streaming right now, fam. The judge cushioner, fam.
That's right. He's saying it's gonna be on Twitch.
The judge cushioner, fam.
Man, we catch you do this press conference, fam. Hey.
Hey, this is mad, man. It's gonna be 8 though.
You're saying 8?
I'm saying it.
Spain have over 1,000 passes.
I'm not surprised, bro. They just keep pumping it.
Oh boy. It is a masterclass, fam.
They're getting they've been bopped like 20 times, bro. 140 times, bro. Bruv, they're saying that Luis Enrique is doing a Draymond Green, bruv, with a podcast.
It's a new media.
Bruv, no attempt on goal, the whole game. Not one.
Even 90 minutes, fam. They're gonna end up playing 98 minutes. Don't tell me NN, fam. Don't tell me. Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh.
Joe Campbell with the yellow.
Bruv, even Qatar had a shot, fam. This is
Yeah.
what even Qatar had a shot. Costa Rica not one shot, you know.
Did Iran have a shot?
They got 2 goals. Even Iran got 2 goals. Like, but Iran ain't bad side. Like they're bad, but they're not bad. Like,
yeah.
you know, not that bad. Like Costa Rica, bro. Wow.
I think that this might be the worst performance out of all of them. Not a single shot on goal.
Bro, man said, nah, get out of here, fam. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Out. Tomorrow, we're watching your team, fam. And if your team loses that game against Switzerland, fam, the way the smoke is gonna be, fam. All right. We'll see in it. I thought murder was not allowed to be televised. Yeah, Costa Rica is the worst team to play at the World Cup. I don't need to see the rest of the teams play. Trust me, there's not much left. Honestly, there's not much left. Full time.
I'm just saying that this game's going to get uploaded and there's going to be a certain drum beat right before the start of the kickoff.
Oh my days. Spain run out 7-0 winners against Costa Rica. An absolute shocking performance from Costa Rica. Boy, I don't know what to say. Except for that Spain just absolutely destroyed them from start to finish. Possession was what? 72%, maybe 80, maybe more. Who knows?
71 now, 18 for Costa Rica. 0 shots. Ah, boy.
Boy. Hey, look, we got one more game. We got one more game anyway for this evening. We've got Belgium versus Canada. Canada in their first World Cup since 1986 in Mexico. So it should be a very interesting. Is it 1986 or 1976? Let me make sure I get that right. Let me make sure I got that right.
Would make sense if it was 86 because of the extra CONCACAF spot.
Let me just double check that. Let me check that. 1986. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see with their new look squad, what they're gonna do against this Belgium side, which you would say now is really the last chance of their golden generation to do anything on the world stage. But yeah, we'll be back in about 50 minutes time, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Big up to everybody that's been in the comments from the beginning. We appreciate all of the support and all of that good stuff right there. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. I'm going to get a snack. I know the man them are going to get something to eat quick time, hydrate, and we're going to be back in here full house for the Canada versus Belgium game. So make sure you stay tuned. We're out, people. Peace.
Peace.